Hello, Aquarius. Happy new moon in Gemini, your sister sign. Yay! Okay, don't get too excited just yet because we've got a lot to talk about. so, excuse me, I'm fighting off a little baby head cold, which is like so crazy with this energy that's going on right now. It like makes sense. But anyway, so I apologize for the sniffles if I sneeze, whatever. Anyway, if you've had a flash sale reading from me before, then you may be familiar with this format. It's going to be a little bit more detailed as far as like the astrology knowledge goes, because I'm going to be talking about transits and things like that, but this is going to be a regular thing. So if you're new to astrology, you're kind of like, what are all these planets and symbols? What's going on? Hopefully the more I share, the more you'll be able to understand, and we'll all be astrology masters, right? So you'll see on the screen that there's some images. It's got some cars, we've got some crystals, we've got some flowers. The idea with this is to really make it a creative process, because that's how you retain information, and also through spiritual means as well. Spirituality and creativity go hand in hand. So I wanted to really send this message home to you guys instead of just looking at a wheel on the screen. Look at your archetype, look at your sign, look at your card. I mean, Aquarius is such a complex energy, and the more I look at this card, I'm like, shit, there's like more stuff than I even thought I saw in the beginning. I'm like, wait, am I high right now? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. It might be this cold. I don't know. Or it's just the Aquarius energy. But, really own that archetype, that energy. And with the moon, of course, it's a new moon here. So we're really focusing on this emotional energy, this new beginning, furthering this idea of, planting the seed so that we can see the fruits of our labor start to grow and blossom with these flowers. And then the crystal quartz, which is one of your go-to stones, Aquarius, because it helps connect with the crown chakra and the third eye chakra, which we're going to need right now. We need a little bit of clarity because this new moon is being challenged by Neptune in Pisces. So there's a little bit of fog going on mentally. So even if you can't, physically feel the crystal, you're still feeling the energy. Energy is everywhere. So hey, if you don't have a crystal quartz, maybe go get one. Why not, right? Side note, lepidolite. I love lepidolite for Aquarius. But anyway, so let's talk about this new moon. We're going to talk about the new moon exact, and then we're going to talk about some of the other energies that are happening here, especially you, Aquarius, because you've been going through some major eclipse energy. So first, we've got this new moon happening here in the sign of Gemini, which usually would be a very mindful, mentally stimulated energy, but because it's squaring Neptune and Pisces, we're feeling a little challenged by this. We're feeling a little foggy. We're feeling a little subdued, like not really understanding where we're headed, right? Because without thought, we can't create anything. We can't create expression or voice. We can't create actual art. We can't create, anything, honestly. And so there's this fog happening right now where we're kind of not sure exactly what's happening. And being that it's in two mutable signs are the end of a season. So in a way, we're kind of finalizing some things up, but we're not entirely sure what that is just yet. Or maybe we're starting to get bits and pieces of it. Because Gemini's ruler Mercury, who is also known as Hermes in Greek mythology, is the god of messaging, right? But he was kind of known as like this trickster, negotiator. Like he could really weasel his way into situations and make things happen. But we're not really feeling that energy right now. We're feeling challenged. But here's the thing. Mercury's still doing its work. It's just going to be a little bit more of hide and go seek. We're going to have to kind of pick up on the subliminal messages, especially because this is a new moon. So things are a little bit more private, a little bit more introspective. Maybe things are going to come up in your dreams, your subconscious. It could be kind of left field for you, really look at these little sneak peeks, these cryptic messages, and kind of decipher, something's not right, or something's got to change. And this is really targeting your zone of your talents, your creativity, your goals, where you can feel really bold and courageous, where you can really take the initiative, and shoot for the stars, and you're feeling a little challenged by that right now. Maybe you're kind of lost. I'm not really sure what my goals are or where my talents lie. I'm not sure if I'm ready to be bold and courageous just yet, Katie. And it's also talking about, like, where Neptune is. It's about your values and your self-worth. Like, you deserve more. This is something that I'm going to share in a personal post of mine, but the way that you talk to yourself and treat yourself, Aquarius, this is very important right now. This is something that you have to really acknowledge: your self-worth, your values, your creative talents, where you really shine. When people tell you, hey, you're so good at this, listen to that. Maybe it's something that you can do as a career, do in a job, because everything's just really moving and shaking up for you, especially because Uranus just moved into Taurus, which squares you. There's so much fixed energy going on. The fixed signs are you, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. And so all four of these signs have been eclipsed in the last year. Now we're coming out of this. And for you specifically, you've got the South Node here in Aquarius with Mars conjunct. So with this energy in your sign, it's so important for you to look at the shackles that have been put on you and where you're ready to break free from them. Because the South Node is an exit point. And Mars is all about initiation, action, individuality. It's aggressive. It's the god of war. It's willpower. It's like, let's get shit done. No more apologies. Especially with the North Node opposite in your opposite sign of Leo. This is directly talking to yourself and the people that, you make commitments to. They make commitments to you. Maybe they don't. Maybe you don't, maybe it's just time for you to just say enough's enough. And you've got to be bold with it. And this is really going to be starting, you're wrapping the story up, but as Venus over here at this critical degree of 29, just knocking at Leo's door, is going to be opposite your sign too. So there's like a real sense of like relationship situations happening here tenfold. And once Venus meets up with the North Node in just a week or so, you're definitely going to be called to step up and take a leadership type of role here, make some moves, because then the eclipses move into Cancer and Capricorn. So you're going to get a little bit of break, but not without a little bit of hard work just before it's finished, right? Some finalizations and some exit points, right? So with Venus moving in, to Leo, moving into your relationship sector, you've been hopefully in the last month really been taking care of yourself. And if you haven't, or you feel like, ooh, maybe there's some things that I need to tend to, maybe it's emotional wellness, physical wellness, mental wellness. Mercury's in that house now. So Mercury's kind of picking up the pieces, Venus, because Venus is very light energy. Venus is powerful in her own right, but had you really looking at your values and your needs from people, your self-care, how you're serving other people. Venus in Cancer is about the collective. And so with Mercury moving into there now, there could be a little bit more of emotional, mindful energy happening here. When Mercury was in its respective sign of Gemini, it was very quick. I seriously feel like Mercury was in Gemini for 2 days. Like, I'm like, what? It's already in Cancer? Like, how did that happen? It's one sign away from going back into retrograde. It's going retrograde in Leo. I'm like, geez, Mercury, you're my ruling planet, but you're nuts. You're crazy. You're fast. So this is going to slow things down a little bit for you. Give yourself some time to kind of heal, you know? You've been through the ringer the last year. These eclipses aren't easy, but it's imperative that you go through these shadow phases so that you can really push out what no longer serves you. But you, Aquarius, have to do it yourself. Nobody else can do it but you. And I think all the air signs are kind of feeling this energy right now, you know, especially, I mean, Geminis, of course, I'm hearing it left and right, but I can sit here all day and tell you, hey, this is what you need to do. This is how you can do it. But at the end of the day, it's got to be you. So I need you to really pull in that mindful energy. You know, as an Aquarius, your ruling planet is Uranus. So things are going to start shaking up for you if they haven't already. But then Uranus's little brother, Mercury, you know, is talking to you as well. There's a lot of mindful stuff happening here. So I think, Aquarius, if you can really gauge this physical well-being with your emotional well-being, you'll be able to feel good and secure in your moves, you know? You'll feel safe, you'll feel grounded, you'll feel like, okay, I can make these big changes. You are the ruler of big change, Aquarius. So what's one more, you know, honestly? So that's the major energies that we're feeling here. You know, this Mars exit way, Mars is going retrograde soon too. So it's going to move back out of your sign and come back in. So a lot of Martian energy is going to be focused on you in the next 6 months. It's not just now. But this conversation that Mars is having with the South Node is kind of like wake up, you know, open that door, kick whatever it is that's not working for you anymore. It's all about you, baby. This is all happening in your sign. So kicking it out and saying adios, sayonara, see you later. And finally, we've talked a little bit about Mercury and Cancer, but on this day, Mercury at 2 degrees Cancer will be squaring Chiron at 2 degrees Aries. So this energy is sextiling your sign, but we've all got this square happening here where we're kind of being challenged to like heal these wounds that need to be tended to. And it's a very mindful thing again. So, you know, meditation is a perfect way to kind of go deep and be like, ooh, what's in there? Maybe that's what needs to be brought to the surface level. Maybe that's what's important in this whole picture of everything for you. You know, all of this energy is happening down in here. You know, it's all a very private part of you. It's not up here for the whole world to see. This is where the sun does not shine. So this is where maybe you're feeling a little alone right now. Maybe you need to reach out to somebody, ask for some help. It's okay. Do it in a healthy and productive way. That's what's really important. Be honest with yourself so that others can be honest with you. Set up that boundary. It's all about respect, right? So Aquarius, if I had to give you like this final, you know, set this intention, this will be good for you, you know, ask the cosmos, ask God, ask the universe, whoever, for a clear understanding on how you can actually, you know what, get a clear understanding on really what's transpired for you in the last year. Write this down. This is very Gemini. Gemini likes to write things down. Mercury as well. That will be a very healing, cathartic process for you. If you can do this for the next 3 weeks, every morning, write something like affirmative down. Or say, hey, I went through this and now I'm ready to do this. Or I went through this. I may not be ready to take the next step, but I'm looking ahead. That's what Mercury in your 6th house is all about these next 3 weeks. So really commit to yourself, you know, on this new moon intention. Say, give me a clear understanding of where I've been in the last year and how I can actively, you know, stay organized and focus on this practice, you know, 5 days a week. Be realistic with yourself. But you got this, Aquarius. I have all the faith in the world for you, all right? So have a beautiful new moon, and I will see you next time. Bye.